So I've been thinking about this more and more lately, and I really do not like these vulture wings. The £18 spider drone set was a good set, don't get me wrong. It gave us a brand new vulture, which was incredible. The Spider-Man, the black and gold version, is clearly from the new film, so it gives us a good way of getting figures from the new film, and this set may hint to Vulture being in the new film when the film comes out, as we know he's in Morbius. But I keep thinking about going back and trying to make a sort of $12.99 kind of set, because it makes me think of the potential that this set could have been. If I'm honest, I really wanted this set to just be the Vulture and his wings, and a homemade suit Spider-Man. Maybe if you wanted to make this an £18 set, you could have included the Aldi that he drove on the way to fight Vulture. But hey, that's just how I do this set. You never know the No Way Home implications of this set. It's just this way you get more piece count going into the Vulture's wings to make them look slightly nicer. I mean, in the original set they're not bad, but at the same time, these wings just seem really thin. I don't like these turbines, and the fact that the minifigure can't even stand up on his own. All of these issues which I really didn't think would be that big of a deal, but at the same time I just can't stop thinking about them. So I've decided I'm going to build my own vulture wings. But something else I can't stop thinking about is Raid Shadow Legends. That's right, Raid Shadow Legends is actually sponsoring this episode. If you've never been on the internet before and you don't know what Raid Shadow Legends is, it's a free-to-play RPG game with a really awesome visual style, and it's packed full of content for you guys to try out. I've only been playing for a little while, but it's a really, really fun game. A game I've surprisingly found some time for between making all these LEGO videos. I really like the way that Raid narrates and tells their stories. There's always something new and interesting going on, as well as having some really awesome challenges for you to face within the game. Like this, the endgame of Raid Shadow Legends introduces Doom Tower. It's basically this huge giant prison. Locked inside, a monster on each floor infused with eldritch power. Oh yeah, did I mention that the tower was magic? And the thing is, Doom Tower just isn't holding the way that it used to. Thankfully, the Arbiter is sending you and me in to go and crack a few heads. And hey, maybe we'll actually be able to do the thing that she could and actually take care of these monsters. One thing's for certain though, I'm not sticking around to see Doom Tower fail, so I always make sure to fight my way up every month and try and take out as many enemies as I can along the way. Another thing I really like about Raid is the fact that you've got unlimited possibilities in upgrading your characters. After every fight, characters drop artifacts, and you can combine these artifacts to make your character way more powerful than they were before, and swap them between champions, giving them extra defense and extra agility, depending on what items you get from winning fights. Not to mention the extra quests you can do to get yourself some extra dosh, as well as Raid are always introducing new and upcoming stuff like their massive Halloween event that's about to come out. We're talking big rewards, big tournaments, and fragment events to get yourself on some new champions. Raid's bigger than ever at the Mo, so there's no better time to join than now. If you want to get a head start in Raid, all you have to do is hit the link in the description or scan my QR code. You'll get a free epic hero, Chinoru, who is also amazing at Doom Tower by the way, 200k silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and 1 ancient shard. So you can summon an awesome champion as soon as you get in game. All this treasure is waiting for you here, and these rewards will only be available for new players for the next 30 days. Once you're in, you can find me under Tommy C. Bricks, and you can join my clan so we can do some battles together. I truly love this game, and I can't wait to see you in it. Thanks Raid for sponsoring this one. First thing I had to do was pick which suit I was going to make. Was I going to make the regular suit or the high altitude suit? I ended up going with the high altitude suit just because if they do make a homemade Spider-Man suit, I'll be able to recreate the battle from the end of the film, which was one of my favorite scenes. So yeah, high altitude suit it was, and I began scouring the internet for reference to use when I'm trying to make these wings. My goal was to make them a lot thicker and a lot more stable on the minifig. And people have done so many different designs that I wanted to try and take inspiration from a couple of different designs and then combine them into my own design. I ended up finding this picture. I will credit the person here, but this picture and a few others were my main inspiration for trying to create my own wings, and then I jumped into Studio. Now, for those of you who don't know, I like building digitally first and then building it into real life. There are definitely a few disadvantages and advantages to doing it this way, but this is just what I prefer to do. I ended up coming up with this design, which I was super happy with. One thing I really wanted to do was use ball joints instead of any hinge joints, as ball joints are a lot more stable than something like a hinge joint. So finally incorporating all of this into my model, I came up with this. That's right, these wings turned out great. You can definitely see where I've taken some inspiration from the original picture, especially on the wingtips, but the rest is pretty much my design. Now, a lot of you will be asking where the instructions are for this. Now, I don't really think you need instructions. They're so simple to build that you'll probably just be able to look at this video and build them. However, if you want more high detail pictures of these wings, you can become a member. All of the members get exclusive behind the scenes previews of future videos coming up, and some of the pictures from the original studio file are up on the members exclusive page on my Discord, as well as a high-res version of the thumbnail. You can use it as a high-quality desktop background or phone background or something along those lines. All of it in the exclusive content section over on the Discord in the members section. The ball joints on the back really do make this incredibly stable, and this is what I was talking about, how I mean brick-built detail could really go a long way. These little connection pieces at the top here with these 1x1 with bar, and then these bar attachment holders on there really do make it look like mechanical detail rather than just using a sticker. However, I'm still thinking about buying a sticker sheet because I want to add those sticker details. The model is incredibly posable, being on ball joints and one hinge joint, meaning you can do some incredible poses. And yeah, if you hold the model in the wrong spots, things do tend to break, but as you can see from the shake test, it's actually an incredibly strong model. The weakest point of the model is definitely these turbines on the back. However, the reason they are so weak is because I wanted to make them easily flippable, so you could either have them in the upwards position, like you see in the film, or the downwards position with the fans pointing outwards, kind of making it look like his original look, rather than the high altitude suit. And I like the way that I've used a printed piece on the front here instead of the actual fan piece like they use on the actual model, because this allows me to have the extra detail with this translucent blue piece on the back to try and show the energy that's coming off the wings. And because they're so thick, they stand out a lot better than something like these thinner vulture wings, and really do make the figure look like a proper figure rather than just something that's attached to the back. And one incredible thing that I love about this figure that I've managed to incorporate into the wings is the fact that it can stand up on its own. I don't understand why LEGO decided to make that Nexo Knight Shield piece stick out below the feet. I understand that the Nexo Knight Shield piece looks very much like the backpack that he wears in the film, especially when that sticker's on there. Definitely looks more like the jetpack than mine, but it does mean that LEGO decided to have the Nexo Knight Shield stick out below his feet so he can't stand up properly unless he's leaning forward. This is just not an issue with my one. The wings help support on each side so he can stand up and just look cool, so you can have him standing up on the table or however you want to display him, but my personal favorite way to display him is actually elevated in the air. If you look at the bottom of his backpack, I've put a 1x1 stud there with a hole in it so you can attach one of these bar pieces. Now my one is grey, I think it would look way better in clear, but I used all of them on the Daily Bugle. But you can put that bar piece into this backpack piece to have him elevated in the air, and I think this looks way cooler than just having him displayed on a table. And I don't believe LEGO didn't think about doing something like this in their set with a flying vulture creature in it. A massive missed opportunity in my eyes, one that's easily fixed with this design. I think these wings just really set this model apart from the other Spider-Man figures I now have in my collection, and if you wanted to see this model as part of a mock, please do let me know in the comment section below. Hey, if you wanted to see where this figure originally came from, you can click this video now. See you guys in the next one.